where are we?
Wibaux, Montana. We're right on the border. Wibaux,
Montana.
W-I-B-A-U-X. We are right on the border of North Dakota.
This is the town.
That's it.
Don't-
We are in Wibaux.
Don't blink, you'll miss it. But the Beaver Creek Brewery over there.
You can't really see it. You're shining it. That's what we.
Over there.
Yeah.
We found this on Harvest Host, and so we are camping in the parking lot in Wibaux. Wibaux.
Must be French.
So we're gonna go in and say hi and introduce ourselves because we're staying here for the night.
Go wash my hands.
So we are in Wibaux, Montana, and it is nothing. The population is 900 and something, and there are 5 bars and 5 churches. That's what we just heard. But one of the bars is this amazing brew pub. So we're inside right now, and it's obviously easy to social distance. So there's nothing in the town but this, and it's an amazing brew pub. It's really cool. So.
Good morning. The night of sleep in Wibaux, Montana.
Yeah. It was rough. It was a rough night of sleep, for sure. For shizzle.
She got some better sleep than I did.
I did. Why the Weevil, what was the brewery called?
Wibaux.
What was the brewery called?
Beaver Creek Brewery.
The Beaver Creek Brewery was really, really cute. As you,
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. It was really a cool place. Way exceeded expectations.
Yeah, Wibaux, Montana is nothing. The population is 900 and something. The guy said they had 4 bars and 5 churches and a market. And we literally walked the town. We walked the dogs, and it was like a 10-minute walk.
Cool town. It's
really,
a rail
really
town. It used to be a cattle town. So the railroad goes right through town. There's 2 or 3 grain elevators, so that was kind of a side thing of the town. And when we were talking to the manager of the brewery last night, his comment to us, which...
Because we're like, what the hell? Because the brewery is amazing, and
great,
the town is...
Yeah, awesome
not.
restaurant. They took an old theater and turned it into a restaurant.
Great
and it was,
beer.
Beer was all freshly brewed right there. It was awesome. They had like 10 on tap. It was really cool. And we're talking a town the size of a postage stamp.
And old. I mean, falling apart. It was falling apart.
So we just BSing with the guy, and we asked him, like, well, what are you known for? And he's like, well, you know, cattle. And then he told Carla, he said, the train used to stop here, and then it just stopped stopping.
It just stopped.
It just stopped.
It doesn't come anymore.
Stopping. So the train no longer stops in the town. It just goes 50 miles an hour through town. And I can spit from the trailer and hit the train tracks. That's how close we were.
So then we're like, well, how often does that train come through? Or no, some other guests that were also, they had pulled up after us in a camper with some kids. The lady's like, so does that train still run through? And the bartender was just like, oh yeah. And she said, well, how often does it come through at night? And the bartender was like, maybe a couple times. But you know what? You get used to it. She's like, I don't even wake up anymore. Okay, but she's probably not sleeping on top of it like we were. So we were prepared to get woken up a couple times throughout the night because of the train. So we took the dogs for a walk right before bed, and that's when we decided that we're pretty sure that Wibaux is also haunted. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, there was a house that we were walking by, after we visited a very cool church that was made out of lava rocks, which are unique to this North Dakota area.
I mean, it had haunted written all over it.
And it looked haunted. It looked a little possessed. And this house, we're looking in it, and it was vacant. And we're looking in this old rickety house, white classic house from a horror movie. And we're looking to see if there's the old lady sitting in the rocking chair, rocking back and forth, looking at us.
But there wasn't. But then as we continued on, there was this beautiful little apple tree.
All by itself.
All by itself in the middle of nowhere. I picked an apple and ate it.
That didn't work out well the first time.
But then afterwards, underneath the apple was freaking pet cemetery. Underneath the apple tree.
2 headstones. Had to be pets. We're hoping were pets. Wasn't the owners of the house.
Old headstones.
Old headstones. Little custom-made headstones.
So then
right under the apple tree.
Ah, damn it. Shouldn't have eaten that apple.
Was that Adam and Eve? It could have been Adam and Eve. That could have been the Garden of Eden.
It could have been. I don't think it was.
Didn't work out well the first time. So
then we go to bed. And so I went right to sleep, of course. After I told Chris some horror stories, I'm like making up a horror movie.
Now we're spooking the hell out of ourselves.
He's like, man, you got to be weird, you know. This is something that Stephen King would write about. And I'm just like, oh my God, I must be weird because I'm totally making up a Stephen King story in my head. And I think I got him rolling a little bit. Anyway, I went out. I was asleep. Then you tell the rest of the story because you were the one up all night.
So it's getting late. I'm figuring I gotta be awake, gotta be the protector, make sure everything's good. Got my little sidearm next to me.
In case a ghost comes.
Checking because ghosts respond to 9mm.
Silver bullets. Oh no, that's.
Anyway, that's vampires. Or the werewolves. So next thing you know, Cisco trucks come rolling into this giant dirt parking lot right next to our cute little grass landing where we were.
Literally right next to us. Like we could have reached our hand out the window and touched it.
I could have touched his mirror as he went by the camper. And he's pulling one, I don't know what you call them, but it's one of those tow trucks. It's a big 18-wheeler with the other 16-wheeler behind it. He rolls right up next to us, and of course you ever hear their brakes stop, and so I'm levitating off of bed now.
That woke me up.
Then his brother, also driving a Cisco truck, comes rolling in.
His co-worker, you know, his brother.
Well, his brother, trucking brother, he's to the truckers. So he comes rolling in with his truck. This guy drops both of the trailers, takes off. He's gone for 15, 20 minutes. The other truck's just hanging out there, and all you hear is the engine running, the big diesel going. Simultaneous to that, another fifth wheel camper comes rolling in.
Now this is at what time?
This is all at 1:30 in the morning.
Right. Now the train had already gone through once, right?
Train's already been through once. We had one sit at dusk and then one, sleepy time.
Right.
So then the guy comes back with his diesel engine cab thingy, trucky thing, pulls up, lines up with the other set of trailers that were already in the parking lot, connects with those, which again, it's all hydraulics and it's all beep, beep, beep. This is at 1:30 in the morning,
right
2 o'clock in the morning, trailer. Yeah, and then the train comes rolling through, and it's the longest train I've ever heard. It just went on and on and on.
And it was squeaky.
Out. Next thing you know, it's 3:30 in the morning, and the next trailer comes in to drop a trailer.
Trailers rocking back and forth.
So the trailer's rocking. Now the ghost storytelling that we're having, fun by the campfire. Nice job, Carla, by the way. All of a sudden, our little camper is rocking back and forth. And sometimes with Denver, when he's scratching himself or whatnot, it'll shake the camper a little bit. He's a big dog, but I'm like, no, this is sometimes. So I'm looking outside, I don't see anything, and then I'm now getting myself all freaking worked up. And I'm like, and the generator's running, I can hear the generators. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, thinking maybe it's the air conditioning. The air conditioning on top, the compressor comes on, it shakes the camper. No, that's not it. And I'm still like, all right, well, I'm going to get up and go look, because I got to go find out what the hell is going on. Got to protect my family. I go running out of the camper in my little sleeping athletic shorts that I wear in bed. And I'm out there practically bare-ass naked, and the wind is howling. And it's starting to rain sideways. And I got my new generator sitting out there, and I'm like, oh, I got to turn that off, get it out. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I take that off. So now I got to turn the air conditioner off. It's starting to get warm in the camper. This is all at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Then at like 5:30, I'm getting pissed. I'm getting mad because I hate to be hot. So he finally goes to sleep. The generator's off, and I'm like, honey, why is it so hot in here?
Open up some windows. So we
Wake
open
him
up
up
some
again.
windows, and it's nice and cool and pleasant.
And then to top it off, what woke us up this
getting warm.
morning was, this morning was when they decided to do the kegs. So they exchanged all the kegs.
So we're just about rolling out of bed, fighting the urge, and it's time for them to change all the kegs out in the brewery. So all you hear is metal kegs rolling out in the concrete of the street. It was incredible. So back to the eyes. You see these?